वालों की हिम्मत
ये मूसा से पूछे
किसको देखा
ये मूसा
से पूछे
आंख वालों की हिम्मत
पे लाखों सलाम। आला हजरत साहब
सुभान अल्लाह किसको देखा ये मूसा से पूछे
किसको देखा ये मूसा से पूछे
कोई
आंख वालों की हिम्मत पे लाखों सलाम। Somebody asked Musa alayhi salam, somebody asked Musa alayhi salam कि आंख वालों की हिम्मत पे लाखों सलाम। Ask him how great are the eyes of Rasulullah alayhi salam. Why? Musa alayhi salam never got to see Allah Almighty, but Musa alayhi salam knew that Muhammadur Rasulullah alayhi salam has seen what no creation of Allah Almighty has seen. Musa alayhi salam asked to see Allah Almighty show. You know, when Musa alayhi salam wanted to see Allah and spoke to Allah, what did Allah Almighty say to Musa? They said, "Fakhla'na alayk." Musa, take your slippers off. Take your na'alayn off here. فَإِنَّكَ بِالْوَادِ الْمُقَدَّسِ طُوَى. Musa, take them off. You have entered into a muqaddas tuwa, an azim wadi, a blessed valley. Don't put your shoes on in this valley. What do you think is the maqam of the na'alayn of Rasulullah? What do you think is the maqam of the blessed sandals of Rasulullah? There have been, you know, Allah Almighty didn't say, Habib, take your sandals off before you come to me. Allah Almighty says, leave your blessed sandals on. Leave everything. I am calling you to me. Musa, you want to talk to me? Take your sandals off. Don't ask me to see me. Habib, you don't need to ask me. I am calling you to me. And I'm calling you in such a maqam that I want you to wear your na'alayn al-sharifayn and come to the arsh of Allah Almighty. This is why when Nabi al-Islam stood on the mountain of Uhud, what happened to Uhud? What happened to the mountain of Uhud? Kayfiyat wajd. Uhud began to rock. Uhud went into wajd. Why? Uhud began to say to other mountains, look at my muqaddar and kismet. Look at how great I am. Look at my maqam. Such a maqam that you know who's the crown of my head today. The na'alayn of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam are the crown, is the crown of my head today. Those na'alayn that have touched the arsh of Allah Almighty, that were the crown of the arsh of Allah Almighty, those na'alayn now are standing upon me. When the mountain of Uhud couldn't handle this kayfiyat, this maqam, that it is holding the blessed sandals of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. What happened? Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam with the blessed sandals. Uhud ya Uhud. Uhud, don't go into the kayfiyat of wajd. Uhud, stay firm. Stand like a great mountain. Allahu Akbar. This very same mountain of Uhud. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam said, Uhudun jabalun. Uhud is a mountain. Yuhibbuna wa nuhibbuhu.
Subhanallah, subhanallah.
Uhud loves us and we love Uhud. Subhanallah. Allahu Akbar. Mountain loving Rasulullah alayhi salam. When did mountains have heart?
Subhanallah, subhanallah.
You know, love, it's an emotion of the heart. It comes from the heart. Nabi alayhi salam said, Uhud loves us. We love Uhud. How can Uhud love Rasulullah alayhi salam and his sahaba if Uhud doesn't have a mountain? Nabi alayhi salam is teaching you that anything Nabi alayhi salam stood upon came to life. When it came to life, it fell in love with Rasulullah alayhi salam. Everything fell in love with Nabi alayhi salam. Such a love that I finish with this final story, this point. I could go on all night talking about azmat and maqam of Rasulullah alayhi salam. This point of that tree.
Allah.
What a tree. An amazing tree. A tree whose kismet, whose destiny is of great fortune. Allah Almighty granted this tree a great maqam. A maqam greater than mine and yours put together. This was a tree that was in Medina Munawwara. Imagine how this tree fell. This hadith is hadith which is mutawatir. There is no question in the rank and the authenticity of this hadith.
Subhanallah.
On this nuqta will finish. This Hineenul Jiza, the yearning of the tree, Imam Bukhari narrates it, Muslim narrates it, Tirmidhi narrates it, Abu Dawood as-Sijistani narrates it, Imam al-Nasai narrates it, the great Ibn Majah narrated, all the great muhaddithin have narrated these hadith.
Subhanallah, subhanallah.
What was this hadith? That Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, when they used to deliver a sermon, Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam used to lean against a tree.
Subhanallah, subhanallah.
When Nabi alayhi salam used to lean against this tree was enjoying the company, the blessed touch of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. When the majma' of the companions, the gathering grew, large number of Sahaba would come to listen. The Sahaba decided Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam need to sit down and deliver a khutbah. These people said, you love him too much. You are extreme lovers. I said, never mind, humans loving. Trees fell in love.
Allah.
Stones fell in love. Mountains obeyed. The stars obeyed. Mountains and sun. The moon and the sun obeyed Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nadan, how can you not obey Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
Allahu Akbar. Ya Rasulullah.
This tree, Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam used to lean against. Sahaba decided to build a pulpit, a mimbar,
Subhanallah.
upon which Nabi alayhi salam could sit down comfortably and deliver the lecture, the discourse, the blessed kitab of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When the Sahaba did this, they used to come into Masjid al-Nabawi and they would hear a sound of something crying, yearning, making this sound. Sahaba said we would look around and the children wouldn't be crying.
Subhanallah.
And we looked towards the tree and we could hear the tree crying.
Allah.
The tree was crying. Why? Because of its separation from Rasulullah sallallahu.
Subhanallah, subhanallah.
You know, once Nabi alayhi salam comes into your life, you don't want to separate from him. Those who have seen him in dream form, about this divine vision, the
Subhanallah.
vision of Rasulullah alayhi salam, you know it will change your life.
Subhanallah, subhanallah.
Allahu Akbar. This was a direct vision.
Subhanallah, subhanallah.
This tree was having the honor that Rasulullah alayhi salam is blessing them with his touch. The tree would cry. Nabi alayhi salatu salam heard the tree cry. Sahaba said, we heard the tree cry. Nabi alayhi salam left the blessed mimbar and they went to the tree and put their hand around the tree. And Nabi alayhi salam began talking to the tree.
Allah.
Nabi alayhi salatu salam asked the tree, why are you crying? What is the need? What is the reason? Because of the separation, Ya Rasulullah. I don't want to separate from you. Those days when you touched me and you was around me and I was benefiting from the blessings of your blessed body. Now this tree is deprived. Nabi alayhi salatu salam said, tree, mukhtar kul. Nabi alayhi salam asked the tree a question and gave him a choice. Oh tree, tell me, I give you an option of two things. Verify me if I'm wrong. Firstly, you can either remain a tree here.
Subhanallah, subhanallah.
You can either remain a tree here, or we can cut you and we will bury you under the mimbar Rasul, and you can be a tree in Jannah.
Subhanallah.
If Nabi alayhi salam didn't have Malkiyat over Jannat,
Allah.
if they didn't control Jannat, then why are they offering this tree Jannat?
Allah.
Why are they asking the tree, do you want Jannat? Not only will I give you Jannat, but I will give you this maqam in Jannat that the awliya of Allah will come to you and they will eat from your blessed fruits. And the tree decided and made a good choice and said, Ya Rasulullah,
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
on the day of Qiyamah I want to meet you.
Allah.
And I want to be planted into Jannatul Firdaus, that the friends of Allah Almighty will benefit from me. When Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam ordered the tree to be cut, the crying stopped. You know what Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam said? They said, had I not come to this tree and asked the tree and stopped the tree from crying, I swear by He in whose hand my soul lies, this tree would have cried until the day of Qiyamah due to separation from me.
Allah.
Till Qiyamah the tree would have cried. When Hazrat Imam Hassan al-Basri used to sit with his murideen and students and disciples, Hassan al-Basri said, you should be ashamed of yourselves. That look at this tree, how much it cried and yearned for Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, yet you can't shed a tear in the love of Rasulullah alayhi salam.
Allah.
Such was the love of this tree. Did Nabi alayhi salam say to this tree, don't think about me, don't love me, don't remember me. Brothers and sisters, when it comes to love of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, this tree is a daleel for me and you.
Subhanallah.
If they see us crying out of love, then you tell them that tree cried. Those trees' tears will never be wasted. Such that Nabi alayhi salam, this tree cried out of love, and Nabi alayhi salam granted the tree Jannah. I ask this question to you all, that if me and you sincerely cry out of love and follow Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, do you not think sarva kono makan,
Allah.
ba'isa ijab do alam, khatamul anbiya'i wal rusul, do you not think Nabi alayhi salam will grant Jannah to his ummatis as well? Do you not think Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam will say, oh Allah, this ummati of mine, out of love, shed a tear. If the tree shed a tear, and Nabi alayhi salam granted a Jannah to Allah, this ummati of mine, who has never ever seen me, who has never ever had a vision of me, but he would sacrifice everything to see me only once in his life, oh Allah, grant him Jannah. We make dua to Allah Almighty that He gives us the honor that we get to shed tears in His love. Ameen. And the love of His beloved sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. And that Allah Almighty grants us the shafa'at of Rasulullah alayhi salam. And that even if Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam looks towards us on Qiyamah, and because there will be so many people there, if only we get one glance of Rasulullah alayhi salam on the day of judgment, that even after that, whatever happens, happens. Wherever we go, we will go. My dream would come true, and no doubt your dream would come true. If only once in our lives, we get to have the vision of He, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, that even shaitan cannot imitate, even shaitan cannot come in his form. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam said, Man ra'ani faqad ra'al haq. Who has seen me? Whoever has seen me, no doubt he has seen the truth. For indeed, shaitan cannot impersonate me. Shaitan cannot imitate me. Shaitan can't come in my form. Such is the maqam of the visionaries. You will see the vision of Rasulullah alayhi salam. Ask the great Shazli Shaykh, Abul Abbas al-Mursi. Ask Shaykh al-Muhakkik, Abdul Haq Muhaddis Dahlawi. Ask the great, Allahu Akbar, Imam Jalaluddin al-Suyuti. These ulama, scholars, Imam Suyuti rahmatullah alayhi was that great Imam, not whilst he was asleep, Allahu Akbar, not in dream, but over 70 times whilst being awake. Alam-e-Bedari. Whilst they were away, Nabi alayhi salam came and visited him.